Picture this for a moment. What if you could accurately decode the signals a woman sends when she feels drawn to you? I can tell you right now, if you could crack that code, you'd probably be both shocked and completely fascinated. Here's something most people don't realize. Roughly 95% of men completely miss these signals because women communicate them in incredibly subtle ways. And once you fail to notice them, that window of opportunity closes permanently. Hey, I'm Alicia, and in today's video, I'm going to break down 7 unmistakable signs that a woman is deeply attracted to you. Signs she will never openly confess. I can promise you that sign number 6 is going to blow your mind because it's the most physically revealing one on this entire list, and the vast majority of men have absolutely no clue what it actually means. Make sure you watch all the way through so you don't miss it. Before we dive in, if you haven't joined this community yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now. Every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, I release brand new videos uncovering the secrets of feminine psychology that women will never tell you directly. The subscribe button is right below. It takes 2 seconds. Do it now. Done? Perfect. Let's get into it. Sign number 1. She keeps playing with her hair around you. Let's kick things off with the very first indicator. When a woman feels attraction toward you, one of the biggest giveaways is that she repeatedly touches, twirls, or adjusts her hair whenever you're nearby. This is actually one of the most obvious gestures out there, yet countless men either overlook it entirely or dismiss it as meaningless. The biggest mistake most guys make is assuming that when a woman fidgets with her hair, it's just a random habit with zero significance behind it. Now think about the opposite scenario. A woman who has absolutely no interest in you. She keeps her hair completely still. She doesn't touch it. She doesn't rearrange it. She doesn't play with it in your presence at all. But when attraction is present, you'll notice very specific behaviors. She might twist a strand between her fingers, tuck it behind her ear over and over again, or gently stroke it while looking at you. Every single one of these is an unconscious flirtation gesture. And as a woman, I can personally confirm this. When we feel nervous because we're attracted to someone, our hands automatically go to our hair. It's a reflexive action. Our body instinctively tries to appear more appealing, more feminine, and hair happens to be one of the most powerful tools of feminine allure. So here's what you need to watch for. If you notice her repeatedly touching her hair while the two of you are talking, especially if the movements are slow and deliberate, there's a very strong level of interest at play. The key to distinguishing between a casual gesture and a genuine attraction signal lies in the frequency. If it happens once, it might mean nothing. But if she does it consistently throughout your entire conversation, that's a clear indicator of genuine interest. Sign number 2, she leans into your personal space during conversation. Now, the second signal happens through her body in a way that's completely automatic and unconscious. When a woman is attracted to you, her body instinctively seeks closeness. She can't help it. Most men don't pay any attention to body language at all. They focus exclusively on the words coming out of her mouth. But here's the truth, the body never lies. A huge misconception many guys have is that physical distance doesn't carry any meaning, that whether she stands close or far away is totally irrelevant. The reality couldn't be more different. What you'll notice is that during your conversation, she gradually tilts her upper body in your direction. She narrows the gap between you. She finds ways to be physically nearer to you. This is a primal indicator of attraction. When we feel drawn to someone, we want to be inside their personal bubble. We want them to catch our scent, to feel our presence up close. The takeaway here is straightforward. Observe her body positioning. If she moves closer during the conversation, if she angles herself toward you, if the physical distance between you keeps shrinking, that's a very clear sign of romantic interest. And when you pick up on this, don't panic and don't step backward. Hold your ground, or even lean slightly toward her as well. This creates an incredibly powerful dynamic between you. You'll see that she responds positively to this closeness. She might even move closer still, which absolutely confirms that the attraction is real. Sign number 3, she holds eye contact longer than usual. The third signal involves something very specific happening with her eyes. Eye contact is one of the most intense forms of nonverbal communication that exists. When a woman feels attracted to you, her eyes reveal everything. The critical mistake a lot of men make is breaking eye contact too quickly. Or even worse, never even realizing that she's been holding it in the first place. Consider the contrast. A woman with zero interest avoids your gaze entirely. She constantly looks elsewhere. She never maintains eye contact for more than a second or two. But when she's attracted, she'll lock eyes with you for noticeably longer stretches, 3, 4, 5 seconds or more, and she'll often have a soft, subtle smile while doing it. What happens during these moments is incredibly powerful. Extended eye contact builds intimacy. It forges both an emotional and a physical connection. It's as though her eyes are communicating something that her words simply cannot express. So pay close attention to this one. If she sustains her gaze on you for longer than what's typical in everyday conversation, particularly if she pairs it with a gentle smile, or if you notice her pupils seem wider than normal, there is definitely strong attraction present. And here's the important part. Learn to hold that gaze yourself. Don't break it immediately. Returning her eye contact with quiet confidence multiplies the attraction exponentially. Sign number 4. Her voice becomes softer and more feminine when she talks to you. The fourth indicator involves a subtle but very telling change in her voice. Most men are completely oblivious to the small shifts in a woman's vocal tone, but these changes actually reveal an enormous amount about her level of interest. The common misconception is that a woman speaks exactly the same way with everyone, that her voice doesn't shift depending on who she's addressing. The reality is quite different. When a woman feels attraction toward a man, her voice unconsciously transforms. It becomes gentler, more melodic, more distinctly feminine. This is a biological mechanism wired into the brain. A softer voice registers as more appealing and more sensual on a subconscious level. You'll start to notice that when she speaks to you, her tone is different from how she addresses other people. It's warmer, more intimate, almost tender. The lesson here is to listen not just to what she says, but to how she delivers it. Her vocal quality can communicate far more than her actual words. When you detect her voice consistently softening around you, you can be confident there's a strong undercurrent of attraction. And here's a tip. You can amplify the connection by adjusting your own voice too. Speak slightly lower, slightly slower. This naturally builds a more intimate and magnetic atmosphere between the two of you. Sign number 5. She laughs at your jokes, even the mediocre ones. The fifth signal revolves around her laughter. Laughter is one of the clearest markers of feminine interest. When a woman feels attracted, she'll find nearly everything you say amusing or engaging. Most men assume that if a woman laughs at their humor, it simply means they're hilarious. They don't realize that laughter is also a powerful expression of attraction. Think about the opposite scenario again. A woman who feels nothing toward you barely cracks a smile. She responds to your remarks with indifference. Nothing you say strikes her as particularly entertaining. But when attraction is in the picture, she laughs easily, smiles broadly, and might even reach out to touch your arm while she's laughing. All of these are unmistakable expressions of interest. The reason behind this is simple. Shared laughter creates bonding. When we laugh with someone, we feel closer to them, and women understand this at an instinctive level. So watch her reactions carefully. If she frequently laughs at what you say, if her laughter sounds genuine and warm, if she seems to truly enjoy being in your company, there's real attraction there. And you can use this to your advantage. Embrace lighthearted humor strategically. You don't need to be a stand-up comedian. You just need to keep the energy playful and fun. She'll respond enthusiastically if the interest is there. When you hear her laughing, ride that positive wave. Don't suddenly shift to a serious tone. Laughter builds the perfect environment for attraction to deepen. Sign number 6. She finds excuses to touch you physically. Now we arrive at sign number 6, and this is arguably the most physically telling and revealing signal on the entire list. Physical contact is the single most direct and unambiguous indication of attraction that a woman can communicate without ever saying a word. And this is the key moment of this entire video. The mistake most men make is dismissing these touches as accidental. They think it's just coincidence and that it carries no deeper meaning. Now consider the opposite. A woman with no attraction whatsoever maintains complete physical distance. She never makes contact with you. She might even step away if you get too close. But when a woman is genuinely attracted, she actively creates opportunities to make physical contact. Maybe she touches your arm when she's laughing, adjusts your collar or sleeve, brushes against you as if by accident, or picks an imaginary piece of lint off your clothing. None of these touches are accidental. They are completely intentional. They're her way of establishing a physical connection with you and simultaneously gauging your reaction. What's happening in these moments is critically important. She's breaking down the physical barrier between you. She's signaling that she feels comfortable being close to you, and more significantly, she's testing whether you're comfortable with that closeness too. Here's what you need to do. Stay alert to these touches. If she repeatedly finds reasons to make physical contact throughout your conversation, especially in areas like your arm, shoulder, or upper chest, the level of attraction is extremely high. Learn to respond positively. Don't pull away when she touches you. Hold steady. You can even return the gesture in a subtle, respectful way. This accelerates the physical and emotional connection rapidly, and once you recognize she's comfortable with that level of contact, you can naturally create more opportunities for it, always organically and always respectfully. Sign number 7. She asks you deep personal questions about your life. The 7th and final signal is one that many men either misread entirely or fail to notice altogether. When a woman feels attracted to you, she doesn't just want to spend time around you. She wants to genuinely understand who you are. She wants to learn about your experiences, your ambitions, your values. She's trying to determine whether you're someone she could build a deeper connection with beyond just surface-level conversation. The critical mistake many men make here is answering these questions in a flat, uninterested way, or worse, failing to ask anything in return. The contrast is clear. A woman with no interest makes no effort to learn about you. She only talks about herself. She shows zero curiosity about your world, but when she's attracted, she'll dig deeper. She'll ask about your career, your passions, your goals. She might ask about past relationships, not out of jealousy, but because she's trying to understand what kind of person you really are at your core. What's actually happening is that she's evaluating you. She's deciding whether you're worth investing her time and emotional energy in. The mere fact that she's asking these questions already signals a very high degree of interest. So when she starts probing into your personal life, recognize it for the positive signal it is. Answer honestly, but keep an element of intrigue. Don't lay everything out on the table immediately. Maintain a bit of mystery. For example, if she asks about your past relationships, you could respond with something like, "I've had some interesting experiences, but I prefer to focus on what's happening right now." This approach keeps the conversation balanced and shows you're not an open book. You'll notice that the more intriguing your answers are, the more questions she'll keep asking. And that's precisely the dynamic you want. Keep her engaged and curious. The power of multiple signals combined. Now let me share an extremely important piece of advice about all 7 of these signs. Any single signal on its own can be ambiguous. It might just be coincidence, but when you observe several of them happening simultaneously, you can be absolutely certain that strong attraction is present. For instance, imagine she's playing with her hair, leaning toward you, maintaining extended eye contact, touching your arm, and laughing at everything you say, all within the same interaction. There is zero doubt. That is a very powerful combination of attraction signals. The problem is that most men sit around waiting for painfully obvious cues. They expect a woman to walk up and flat out say, "I'm interested in you. I want to be with you." But that's simply not how women operate. We communicate through subtle signals, and we expect men to possess the emotional awareness to pick up on them and respond accordingly. So develop the skill of reading these cues. Pay attention to body language, vocal tone, eye contact, and physical touch. All of these elements are telling you far more than words ever could. And when you spot multiple indicators at once, have the confidence to take the next step. You don't need to do anything dramatic. Just be a little more direct. Ask her out for coffee. Get her number. Create an opportunity to see her again. Women genuinely respect and admire men who can read the room and act with confidence when the moment is right. We don't want to have to spell everything out. We want a man who takes initiative based on the signals we're already putting out there. Understanding signal intensity and personality. It's also worth noting that these signals can vary in strength depending on the individual woman's personality. Some women are naturally more expressive and obvious in their behavior. Others are more reserved and subtle, but the underlying principles remain the same. If a woman is attracted, she'll display some or all of these signals to varying degrees. The key is to stay attentive, be fully present in the moment. Observe not only what she says, but how she acts, how she looks at you, how she interacts with you on every level. When you sharpen this ability to interpret body language and subtle cues, you become a far more perceptive and effective communicator in all of your interactions, because you're no longer left guessing. You know exactly where things stand, and that kind of clarity gives you tremendous confidence. Why women send these signals unconsciously. Here's something else that many men don't fully grasp about these behaviors. Most of the time, women send these signals completely unconsciously. It's not something we plan or calculate deliberately. It's our biology, our psychology operating on autopilot. When we feel a strong pull towards someone, our body starts broadcasting signals before we even realize it's happening. It's an entirely natural, automatic process. That's precisely why it's so essential for men to learn how to recognize these cues, because we're not going to announce it out loud. We're not going to walk over and declare our feelings directly. That's simply not how most women communicate romantic interest. We prefer to send signals and hope that the man has the emotional intelligence to notice them and make a move. What happens when you miss the signs? And this brings me to a crucial point. When a man fails to pick up on these signals, or even worse, recognizes them but doesn't act, the woman will lose interest quickly. Why? Because from our perspective, if a man can't read the clear cues we're putting out, or if he reads them but lacks the confidence to respond, then he's not demonstrating the kind of emotional awareness we're looking for. We want a man who understands nonverbal communication, who can read the room, and who has the self-assurance to make a move when the moment calls for it. So my most important advice to you is this: do not let opportunities slip away when you recognize these signals, especially when you see multiple ones happening at the same time. Have the courage to act. It doesn't need to be anything grand or risky. Just take one small step forward. Ask her to grab a drink, request her number, arrange a chance to spend more time together. Women deeply respect men who show the confidence to take action at the right moment. That quality is incredibly magnetic to us. A critical clarification. Now, I also want to make something crystal clear. These signals don't mean she's ready to jump into anything immediately. They indicate that attraction exists, that there's genuine interest, that there's potential for something meaningful to develop, but you still need to build on that foundation. You need to create more opportunities for the connection to grow. You need to be patient yet proactive at the same time. A mistake some men make is seeing these signals and immediately becoming overly aggressive. That approach backfires. Attraction requires time and space to fully develop. So when you identify these signals, treat them as a green light to move forward. But advance with intelligence. Escalate gradually. Build more emotional and physical connection in a progressive, natural way. And always remember, confidence is everything. Women can immediately sense when a man is unsure of himself or second-guessing his every move, and that uncertainty kills attraction rapidly. So when you notice these signs, trust yourself. Trust your ability to read feminine interest and act from that place of self-assurance. Quick recap. All right, let's do a fast recap. These are the 7 signs that a woman is attracted to you but will never openly admit it, from playing with her hair all the way to asking you deeply personal questions. Every single one of these signals is clearly communicating that romantic interest is present. I hope this video has given you a much better understanding of how women express their attraction through nonverbal channels, because once you master the ability to read these signals, your entire experience with women transforms. You're no longer in the dark. You're no longer unsure. You know exactly when interest is there, and you can move forward with genuine confidence. If this video helped you, make sure to subscribe right now so you never miss new content like this. I drop fresh videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, breaking down the secrets of feminine psychology that women will never tell you outright. So remember, number 1, subscribe if you haven't already. The button is right below. Number 2, turn on notifications so YouTube alerts you the moment a new video goes live. And number 3, smash that like button if you found this valuable and if these signs are going to help you moving forward. Also, I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below telling me which of these 7 signals surprised you the most, or share a time when you noticed these cues but didn't act on them. I genuinely enjoy reading about your experiences. See you in the next one, every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday with brand new insights. Sending you a big kiss, and take care.